Scarf.
We'll give it about 1
And
second.
it's the woke phone in this. Jesus.
Right, and boom! Hello, Straight Up Bustas podcast. Let's turn the mic around if you can hold that for me, my good cameo friend. We have a guest here. His name is NS the Prodigy, aka Ethan. We should be around, really, shouldn't it?
Well, yeah.
So let's move that. That's the best
There we
we're gonna
go.
get.
Yeah.
I'm not even sure if I'm really in it.
Fat heads in the
I'm
way.
gonna have to like pop in and pop out.
I'm alright.
So basically, yeah, this is gonna be a different format. We're all here trying to get in my room the best we can. Dan's looking very.
I know what to do.
Very,
I'm alright.
hey! That was just me that's not in it,
Oh,
probably. So basically, yeah, that's really it, and we've got all the usual suspects here.
Yeah.
To my left,
Pardon me.
Is OccipitalGem. I'm just a guy.
Big up.
Dingle
We
with
can't
Mingle
see.
with NHS next to me.
and we got our one friend that, fortunately, he couldn't make it, and that is.
He's my friend.
Still dies a lot. Yeah, I wish I was dead. So.
Pardon?
One introduction.
Okay, hell, we need to stop this now.
Oh shit, your bed's falling apart. It's shambles.
Oh, bloody hell. Alright, okay, so what we're going to go with now, we're going to do a quick interview with my boy NS, and he's going to tell us about some new music. Then we're going to go around, we'll try and wrap this one up quicker than the other one, so good luck.
You have to ask me some questions. Or
To shoot you some questions. I'm like the voice, like I'm not even seen, heard. These are kind of be off the cuff, to be honest, because I didn't really write it down, but your name is NS the Prodigy. Can you tell us how you came up with that name?
NS Prodigy. It's
Not
actually it's actually mad because the S still stands for Sprout, but obviously I wanted it to sound more professional, so I was like, I think NS is a lot harder hitting. But basically, it stands for Notorious, but I want it to be. I've made it a running joke where I tell a lot of people different meanings, and then so when they all like see each other, oh yeah, it means this, means that, but yeah, it means Notorious, which is a nickname I had for quite a while on Xbox during lockdown. Everyone called me Notorious.
And the Sprout, what was the Sprout thing? I think you told me about. That was just like a nick.
That's
child
yeah.
name,
Again,
right?
that's a nickname I've had for years from some of my mates and my family as well.
Yeah.
So that's
So it's short, right?
yeah. I think that's blatantly obvious. Yeah. That's basically why. Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. So, tell us how you started rapping, because this I actually really don't know the story to.
So you don't know. I've always been into music ever since I was much younger. Like in school, I always just knew I'd be affiliated with music in some way. It just always has been. I started freestyling at 14, but I didn't really perfect it. It was more of a spectacle, but more of a oh, look at him fucking saying random shit. But it became way more serious.
Yeah.
In lockdown, I started practicing every day, got better at it, slowly learned how to do it, and obviously, I met you lot. And the story behind that's crazy. I was working, and my mate just said, "Do you want to? Oh, there's this little rap thing happening. Do you want to go out?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure. I like to do that. Let's see what happens." Ended up going there and making the connections, and I'm where you see me today.
It was quite a casual thing, really, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was very casual, but I never knew I'd get into it because of that. But it's always, long story short, it's always been in my life, but I've only started finally doing something about it recently.
And how old are you, NS?
I'm 20 years old.
20 years old. This man's only 20 years old, and he's still got. Well, I say still. You have got music to come out at some point. What can we expect to hear from the old Notorious Sprout?
I'll keep it subtle because I like the shock factor of music. I like the fact that no one knows what I'm going to drop next, which I think is quite powerful as an artist, because if someone's making a song and they're in general the same, I feel like it becomes very predictable quickly. It's not as engaging, as interesting.
Yeah.
But if I drop a song that is say more melodic, and then next time I'll drop a song that's completely the opposite of that, hard trap hip hop, maybe drill inspired, I feel like that'll connect with a lot more people, and it's I like to have contrast in my music. I feel like I can express myself in different ways. So yeah, that's the answer to that. Yeah,
it's good stuff, man. So what about? So actually, this ain't really an interviewee thing, but we've got a track coming out which might be. Do you reckon that? I don't know if that will come out first, but at some point it'll be Empty the Clip on them. which is it's going to be.
Well, it depends what you do, Mr. Secretary.
Depends on what I do.
Your
If
song.
I can get my funds in order,
Yeah.
but we performed it live about 3 times now. It's just funny that we've never recorded it yet.
Yeah.
By a producer called DJ Evidence, who is
Evidence. Shout
sick
out.
as fuck. It's such a dope beat. Like I immediately sent it to you, and you were all over that. Like, yep, bang.
Yeah,
And then I think
straight
within
away.
the first day you wrote it.
I wrote the verse. I'd say about a good 8 to 12 bars of it straight away, and then I just sort of finished it off. Maybe a few days later, and then I was like, yeah, I'm happy with that. I was like, at the time, it was one of the best things I've written. I've obviously written better since then, but yeah, that was. I'd say that was my first proper entrance in, because that was before I ever thought about End of Discussion or anything like that. Which is End of Discussion out now on all digital platforms.
Plug. All right, one more question then. So, who inspires you? If you had to give me 5 artists. Bear in mind, I haven't written anything that's down. Give me 5 artists that inspire you the most. They don't have to be hip hop.
Russ, J. Cole, Kendrick Lamar, Eminem, and I would also say finally. I'd also say finally Juice WRLD.
Juice WRLD.
Yeah, if you had to overall put it in perspective, thing is, to answer this in a long way, I take inspiration from anywhere I can get it. So it doesn't even have to be music where I take inspiration from. It could just be everyday stuff that inspires me for it. I always have music on my mind everywhere.
At the hospital.
At the hospital.
NHS. The doctors.
I take inspiration from literally anywhere. Music's always on my mind. It's something I cannot physically get off anymore. It's just a part of me. It's who I am, really. Yeah.
It's good, man. Well, I appreciate you joining us. I'm making it seem so formal, even though I appreciate you being
doing the classic thing of answering questions but not really answering them.
I noticed that.
That's just what this whole thing is, isn't it? I mean, like, we're not doing this for any actual reason. It's just people talking. But on a serious note, so we've got 4 things to get through. The first person is going to be SureDiesAlot. No rule names, and he's going to give us. He said he's got 9 points. So I do apologise for everyone watching. That's all I can say.
Sorry.
Any chance you can short on down type 5? Yeah. Go on, mate. The floor is yours. SureDiesAlot. I'll let you fire away with what you got to say.
I thought I was the last.
No, you're first.
Oh no, you're first, mate. We get you over done with. Best luck. Best luck for.
What's you then?
Let's turn them up.
From what the points I've got, I'm gonna have to read.
Yep, I'm still listening.
Really annoying.
Sorry.
Get to the point.
Quickly run.
Go on.
Basically, they're going against woke feelings. The woke, as they're called, towards their attitude towards climate change. And points I make is, the woke feelings matter more than the truth. So what they're basically saying is that. Who's making noise?
I just sat down.
He just sat down.
Sorry to interject real quick, but what was it?
Quite sure a noisy fucker, aren't you?
Did I even make any noise? I must have made the slightest noise.
You did a little bit. You did a
You're
little
all
bit.
noises.
The
The chair
quick.
slightly creaked as you sat down. That's
We're gonna need to Google Translate with that because it's kind of muffled.
Well, the video I'm watching is Constantine, kissing. He's a Russian, from Russia, which was quite risky. So this has to believe woke culture has gone too far, and that's within the Oxford Union. Towards partly free speech. So, on the terms of the opposition wants to essentially work, create, and build a better future, like cheaper and clean energy towards
Are you
it.
talking about Russian ultranationalists?
I think I know who's going to be holding the majority of this conversation.
Well, what I mean is the woke just seem to complain and fucking victimise themselves, throw simple paintings, and just overall being an absolute nuisance. And they haven't really got formulas like, fix what's going on. And they find themselves as their generation cares more about climate change, climate, than all the previous generations. It's just like, really? Well, you've got the opposition going, well, we want to we want to, work, create and build a better future. But all they're doing is screaming and shouting like lizards.
Like lizards.
Oh, I hate
I get
it. Snakes I can't do.
I mean,
Komodo dragons, mate, the best one.
there's
someone like
there's
by what he's saying.
constant.
He's saying that
He's rushing to
the
get
woke,
some out.
the leftists, or whatever,
Yeah.
are, complaining about everything, and this Russian ultranationalist is saying, well, we want to, be conservatives.
But they now. They're the most
The thing is,
Okay.
this bloke goes on to say that the more we get towards the more sensitive matters and being not speak against it and actually find positive reasons, it's making our enemies, President Putin at that point, want to prey on the weakness that we have within the woke culture, which is what he wants. That's his opinion anyway. And he does agree with Greta Thunberg. He does go on to say that Saint Greta of climate change, which I thought was quite funny. I'm not giving this guy any credit because you have to watch this video to know what I'm fucking talking
Well, I
about.
said at the start, are you joking? I said at the start, do we need to watch it? You said, no, it's fine, I've got all the points here. Rob,
You said, we don't know about 90 minutes. And I'm like, fuck, I'm
that's
gonna
9 minute
run it into 90 minutes.
the guy's bloody oratory skills.
Oh dear, Rob.
When
We have legit got a translator here.
Yeah.
My goodness, thank you.
Well, I'll tell you what we'll do before this does literally go on all night. We'll go one by one, see if anyone has any points to make. I would say...
I haven't finished there yet.
Oh, okay.
No,
Carry on by all means.
if you shut up and let me continue, please. Thank
Right,
you.
go on.
He goes on to say that the future of climate change is decided by poor people in Asia and Latin America. I mean, you're probably thinking, fuck me, oh my god, this guy is such a fascist and an asshole. Thinking poor people decide it. It's like, well, yeah, they do, because they're in developing countries that, if they had a choice to be more rich, have more money and have a more comfortable life,
Yeah.
they would actually fucking do it. And he says that if you're a parent, right, and you had a choice that your child would grow up in a part of the world where they will die of malnutrition or die of preventable diseases, or you could smash this, you could hit this button that sends a plume of CO2 in the air every year that your child is alive after he grows up to be, he goes to school, college, university, and then grows up to be a woke idiot, marries, has a child, and becomes a man. I mean, there is no, what he says, there's no no parent alive that wouldn't smash that button into their fucking hand blade. Because he goes on to say that they would sacrifice anything just so that their children in the future would have a better life and a chance of surviving to adulthood and being a positive influence.
Oh, okay.
I mean, he goes on to say, well, you're not going to get these poor people to stay poor. They don't want that. They want to be richer because they live in a shit situation. He said he
Save the world, I think.
he comes from a country that has mid-level income. He says 20% of households in Russia have an outside toilet. And he goes on to say it's not one of these like nice fancy portaloos or even a Glastonbury portaloo. It's one of these Siberian shit houses where it's literally a hole in the ground graced by the fermented shit of the last 10,000 visits. And going from there, he says we should move on with scientific and technology advancements that make cheaper energy. It's what we can do. I mean, he also says that Britain itself creates 2% of the world's CO2, and he says, well, if we sunk into the ocean, we'd make like fuck all difference in the world's global CO2 level. which is nothing. 2% out of the entire planet is fuck all, Britain, isn't it? I mean, Greta Thunberg goes on and says, "Oh, it's our fault that we're not using cleaner energy." It's just like, well, hang on a minute. If England's only like responsible for 2%, that's pretty fucking good.
Yeah, just to tap it on. Britain, very small.
Yeah, compared to
2%.
Yeah.
Pretty large amount.
Yeah.
When you put it down
What's the statistic of how much we're using compared to everyone else? Like, say if our country was bigger, would that 2% turn to 20?
Yeah.
Like,
that's kind of the thing.
To be fair, it's proportionate with our laws. I mean, you have the encouragement that no new carbon, no new petrol and diesel cars be sold after 2030, which means we'll be able to go into hybrids and electric cars.
I feel like it's controversial.
We're a bit kind of back on itself with Greta, because she wants us to use electric cars and use energy, but where's that energy going to come from? What, solar farms, solar panels, that sort of thing? Is it really going to come from that? I mean, it doesn't work. We don't have the land mass. And we need, obviously, to make the batteries. And now lithium mining,
batteries.
you have to deal with a big old fuck-off hole. In a third world country that doesn't give a shit about climate change. They don't care. They just want to make money. They don't want to live in a hole for the rest of their lives. So what they're going to do is going to work hard so they can get them out of their shit situation. I mean, Xi Jinping, I think, was the fucking leader of China. His family was overturned by the Communist Party that took over the country. And he worked from the bottom after living in a house cave, effectively, and became the very leader of the very party that essentially took down his family. I mean, that wasn't a case of, he got helped through that situation. He was put into a shit situation where he worked his fucking arse off, didn't give a shit about anything else, and just wanted to become in power. Now, he gave what the Chinese people wanted, which was prosperity. But the list of priorities on his was very, very low, like for climate change. I mean, you wouldn't get that in the top 10, I swear. I mean, think about it. From what I've heard and seen, is that, I'm pretty sure this is true, because I've heard from several different sources, that China is actually opening several, or say at least a coal-powered power station every week. I mean, going from there, it's just fucking madness on this climate change. I mean, all the woke want to do is complain, victimise themselves, and then obviously do the stupid thing. I mean, think about the fucking knobheads jumping on the M25 thinking they're going to stop people,
I agree with that.
any disruption. It's just a case of, if you really want to make any difference, change your own lifestyle, or at least go to a country, say China, that's actually causing all this CO2. And I guarantee they'll be very quickly given an attitude adjustment and step home. Probably with a between their legs.
The thing is with electric cars, though.
For me, this whole thing's fucking bonkers, I know, but from the given points to this guy, what do you think? I mean, I know it's a lot to take in. You put it out
a bit, mate,
but continue.
Well, I think Ethan wanted to. Sorry. NS wanted to get something off his chest.
To interject about electric cars by 2030. The reason I think that's slightly more of a grey area than people think, because obviously you read it and think, oh, that's great, electric cars, no more carbon emissions from petrol. But how much carbon emissions are going to be, produced by making and functioning those electric cars? And also, we're not all got renewable energy anyway, have we? Realistically, so how are we powering that electricity?
I completely agree with you.
Yeah.
I mean, like I said, with Greta Thunberg going, oh, let's have electric cars, and then obviously the government introducing, oh no, fossil fuel powered cars by 2030, but they're digging enormous fuck-off holes in third world country.
Fossil fuel, but they're digging. Hey, go on, Rob. Need a sound effect. I told you we need a soundboard.
Yeah, we need a soundboard. But I mean, obviously, the main solution to the whole like renewable energy thing is, well, clean energy anyway, is nuclear. Like, nuclear, you can create loads of energy for a long period of time from just one fuel rod from a reactor. I mean, obviously, I want us to have more nuclear stuff because I work in that industry.
I was just thinking it. You know.
But it is a solution to cut down on emissions because all you're emitting is H2O. You're not emitting any like greenhouse gases or anything because it's just water. It's just heating up water and then using that to power turbines and that. That's the solution really. But obviously back in like the 60s to 80s, you had hippies that just wouldn't get on board with that because you know, nuclear bombs. They didn't want. Yeah. They thought nuclear reactors would lead to nuclear bombs when nuclear bombs already existed. They
associated it with
negativity.
Yeah, exactly.
And so then they wouldn't get on board with that, and so then now we don't have a nuclear backbone in a lot of countries. And then they like say like Germany, they shut down all of their nuclear.
Haven't they recently created a sustainable renewable energy source?
The Taurus.
No, they've actually opened more coal mines and coal power stations, which goes against their 2050 target.
They are working on a fusion
reactor.
Yeah. They are working on that.
Yeah,
Still,
going on Matt's point, I've actually googled this of how nuclear power stations work. It says the water in the core is heated by nuclear fission and then pumps into tubes inside the heat exchanger. Those tubes heat a separate water source to create steam. The steam then turns the generator producing electricity. The core water cycles back into the reactor, reheated, and the process is repeated. So yes, Matt, you're... Well,
I mean,
no real names.
Considering I work in the reactor, I should know that.
No real name.
No real jobs.
Do a little clip.
I thought you watched
no real words. Right, Rob. All right, we're going to go to me and Dingle and then flip because I really don't want us to run over this time.
I was expecting a few more points from you guys. I heard from Matt. I heard from Dingle. Was it MC?
Yeah, SD. We said SD for short, didn't we? Short guys.
What do you think?
I think it's a bit of a complex matter, and I don't really have enough knowledge to comment on it. I mean, obviously, electric cars.
About it, honestly.
Like NS said, it always sounds like a good idea on paper, but what it actually really take to run a functional transportation service like that.
Electric cars would be lower in the long run, but like the long run is probably like nearly 100 years.
Yeah.
To be
So actually recycling it.
We'll go to Dingle and then we'll carry on to the next subject because otherwise this is just going to This is going to last a bit longer.
Well, the thing is, it's a massive subject. It's such
it is.
It's very convoluted, isn't it?
He proper does.
It's too much for like the segments that we've set up to do.
I think we'd have to do a whole episode on just Russia.
Too much for short attention spans.
Well, it's the fact that we don't want to run too long. We've got 24 minutes on the clock already, so if Dingle has nothing to add... Oh, is he? Oh,
yeah. Yeah, brilliant.
Dingle said, yeah, brilliant.
Sorry, I haven't clue.
Alright, cool. So we're going to go over to mine now. Let's see if people get offended. Mine one is about 8 minutes long. We'll go about... till that ends, so we'll go 7 minutes. We'll stop it at around 7.
So wait,
7
before you begin.
This is more of like I haven't watched all of it because I wanted to try and make it a bit new. But I just watched this random video of this dude I've seen a few videos for, but he's kind of sort of taking the mick out of what Lizzo's trying to say, basically.
So, well, give us a run through in general.
A run down of what I've seen of this.
Yeah.
is Lizzo is basically. So you all know who Lizzo is.
Yeah, I know who Lizzo is. Yeah.
Not a clue.
No,
Yeah, I know she is. But,
Oh, do you actually not know?
No, I don't
generally
know.
What's like
Yeah,
a
I know
famous
what
song?
Lizzo is.
Oh, you know who she is. Yeah. What's the
Good
famous
as hell.
song she does?
Good as hell. Yeah, that's one of us.
Oh,
I don't know how
she's
they
a-
go.
she's
I
a-
didn't know.
Going good as hell. That one. It was on the radio for ages. She's quite commercially like.
Okay, yeah.
Feeling good as hell.
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
Yes, see on that.
Yeah. See,
Who are we talking about?
I now know what she's famous for, yeah.
Right. So, well, it's not right.
She's
So
famous
yeah,
for many things,
music
like,
for that. Let's get this up.
Yeah.
But she's very body positive. One of those, right? But
Hey, Ryan, did you take the piss out of me for having
having a big gut, probably. Yeah. Wait, what? I don't know what you're saying. What did you say? This is really hard to do. It's like on there.
So, finish with why?
Oh,
You want to finish your wine? Well, you can drink wine if you want.
he's talking about making fun of his ex.
Ah, right. So about that.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
You know the one where you filmed her ass all the way up to Tesco?
Yeah, I know about Nicky Bond. We got to move on. So this is Lizzo has lost her mind. She's very body positive. Wish I didn't tell you that. Very body positive, and but kind of sort of in the wrong way, or at least in my opinion, because if you know what she looks like, which you don't.
Right,
you
yeah,
do.
that's a very
She's got
controversial
oozing.
opinion, but I will speak in the most respectful manner about it possible. But
But she is like, I mean, just there's big, and then there's your see. But yeah, we're gonna play it, Rob. I hope you can hear it.
The big, the bad,
And see it.
Lizzo, who has developed a career off the back of her
Yeah.
large body, whose Instagram is Lizzo B Eating, who is also, and I quote, embracing her back rolls, who also said she's a body icon and loves to celebrate weight gain, now wants you to stop looking and judging her body, alright? Stop
Pause
it!
a second.
She's had enough!
Right.
There we go. Let's hear it.
I just want to say, no. I understand that some people are in all sorts of different sizes. You know, I'm a skinny don myself, and there's people who are slightly bigger. However, there is body positivity, and then there's just plain health.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry to say, but she is maybe I'm assuming, but I'm not convinced she's very healthy.
No.
And you know,
She ain't gonna be eating salads every meal, is she?
To be fair, it takes a lot of lungs to sing.
Yeah. I'm
that's
not
my most
taking
opposite,
away
isn't
from
it?
her as a person or her as an artist or whatever, but like, she's got to understand that she could be encouraging people to to gain weight and become overweight and claim it to be body positive when it actually has a lot of health conditions. So where's the line?
It covers the. Oh, excuse me. It covers the real issue of
And I'm not one for shaming.
Even though we're around though as well.
Yeah.
People rarely say that we're around. It always seems to be this way around. And also the girls, no offense, the girls can do this and say this as much as they want, but you'll never see a fat man. I'll just say overweight. You'll never see an overweight man in adverts or
I wouldn't
modelling,
say
or you wouldn't see them. You know what I mean? Like
You get like one.
You'll get one, but it's always a piss takey one,
Yeah.
isn't it? Where it's like a Links one, where it's like this fat dude on the beach.
Yeah.
Then he gets all the girls, but that's about the product itself, not about how he looks.
Yeah.
True, yeah.
Every so
won't happen.
every so often there is a positive showing of a larger male.
Yeah.
But
Larger
that's
male.
usually because they're then trying to sell a product like larger clothing to these larger men, or something like that. Like,
Yeah.
Right, we will get to this.
The discourse around bodies is officially tired. The discourse around bodies is tired.
I've noticed a lot of female people like to make their point or get their point across by clapping, right? So we need to do this. Let them do this, mate. I know you think you're getting your point across, and I know you think people are listening, and I know you think you're a good person, but what you're doing when you clap is the exact same as a man walking up to his wife or girlfriend, removing his bath towel, and flipping and flopping his willy around to try and get some action, right? It does work. It obviously is to turkey slap them. That works 100% of the time. Point being, don't clap you wanker.
I see comments all the time. Oh my gosh, I like you when you're fit, when you lose weight. So, oh my gosh,
If anyone wants me to pause at any point, let me know. Right?
yeah, I liked your body before. So
Wait, you got a BBL. a Brazilian butt lift. That's cultural appropriation, for one. But also, Lizzo, there is no room in that trunk. You need a hearse, like a funeral car, to put any more junk in that trunk. The fact that you put something artificial in...
Yeah.
Was it?
I mean, it's like Eddie Murphy in Big Mama's house. Giving the old Glock 5000 kind of fucking blowjobs. I mean, I've experienced one of these and it is good. So that's probably what she was actually pushing for. But I do continue the video.
You got it.
Is outrageous. Your answer is enormous, is my point. More importantly, all those skinny white Instagram models who now cannot get BBLs because of your greed. Shame. Shame. Those poor, hot white chicks. I feel like someone needs to make a World Vision for them. You know, like just a charity for them like World Vision. To look after these young women with no futures. Oh wait, someone did. It's called OnlyFans. So forget that starving African child. Give it to some whore on the internet. Sorry, I shouldn't have said whore.
Oh my gosh, you're so big. You need to lose weight, but for your health. Oh my gosh, you're so little. You need to get out.
The last thing I saw was her jigging just before the house.
Okay, don't pause it after this because she's addressing my main point.
Oh my gosh, why does she get all that work done? It's just too much work. Are we okay?
Fair point, women do get attacked all the time for the size of their body, being too small, being too big.
She deflected her point straight away because I've seen a few of Lizzo's posts in the past and she did advocate fitness, but how can she you can advocate fitness and body positivity at the same time, I get that, but she's calling herself Lizzo whatever be eating. Yeah. Like she's sort of like you're the message is getting it's two conflicting things.
It's having your cake and eating it, which I guess
there's nothing
and the plate.
There's nothing inherently wrong with enjoying
the rabbits, the candles.
You know, all of us are all different, like shapes and sizes.
I mean, when's the last time you seen a fat person donate to fucking people who can't afford food?
When's the last time you what?
I said, when's the last time you seen a larger person donate food to a charity organisation?
That's true. Well, I won't.
I don't really see people doing it.
I'll be honest with you, I don't stand at those.
I don't know.
People do it. It's usually rich people.
If you want to
just having some scales before you donate. No, you're under 180 step.
If you want to generalise,
too skinny, you've got to take that free with you. Too skinny, mate. You've got to go.
Right, let's carry on. We need to move on.
I'd like to apologise for attacking all of them about their bodies.
I'll only pay 5 minutes to this.
It's just what I do. Anyway, it is not very nice that people do that and attack them for these things that a lot of the times they can't control unless you're overweight, and you can obviously control that. It's not fair, but I will say this, women do it to men.
Not all the time you can't control it because some people are overweight because of different conditions.
Medical conditions can happen.
But Karen.
To answer that.
Just as much, alright? Sorry ladies, if you ever said, hey, I wish you had some abs or wish you had more hair, mate, that's body shaming. Shame on you. The thing is, it's not gendered. Alright? Everyone's an asshole. That's the point. But why I made this video and why I have no time to feel sorry for Lizzo is this. She wants you to stop looking at her body.
He's enjoying this more than his own one.
But she's also made a career on the back of saying, hey, look at my body. Okay? Look at it. I'm big. I'm beautiful. Fat girls.
Just
fat
look at it.
Fuck yeah. Mate, we get it. You're obese. Hooray. Her entire career is based on the fact that she has moments from being on a respirator. But I understand you have to remain relevant. You need to be constantly talked about. This is where make up all these ridiculous things to post on your Instagram. But the fact of the matter remains, we built a career on this shit. Of course people are going to judge you on your body. That's all you talk about. And you intensify with every single post that you make. She's talking about, don't talk about my body now, but in 3 weeks' time she'll be like, look at my fucking underarm sweat. It's fucking so good and great. You should drink it. I'm gonna sell it. Don't look at it. Don't sniff it.
Do you see the delusion? Do we realize that artists are not here to fit into your beauty
Drink my
standards?
bathwater.
Artists are here to make art.
Beauty standards are not something that's fact, it's opinionated. I don't know why people find this so hard to understand.
Okay.
Like,
Beauty standards
It's America.
be like 1400s was that.
yeah,
Basically.
Yeah.
Because it was basically...
It's wealth.
It shows wealth.
Yeah.
It's now...
Do you mean what it
Hold on, mate. Hold on, SD. Let Jem finish his point.
that showed wealth before. Now, obviously, we're moving away from that to a more...
There's still poverty, but it's not as
Like,
extreme,
yeah.
I would say. But
Then, like, in the 90s, it was, like, stick figures, basically. And now we are moving towards somewhere in the middle,
yeah.
where we're looking for... the beauty standard is someone who isn't just skin and bones, but also isn't the size of a whale.
Yeah.
It's somewhere in the middle.
We definitely
We're looking for dolphins, right?
we have our own, like, the thing is, human beings in natural standards are attracted to certain shapes,
Yeah.
certain, maybe even scents and stuff like that.
Thanks.
It's just how we are.
Pheromones.
Yeah, pheromones and stuff like that. But
See, I know that word,
she
I
can
just
say,
didn't know the other word.
She can say all she likes. Oh, you're judging my standard of beauty, but darling, like, beauty's opinionated. It always has been, always will be. So yeah, that's what I got to say to that.
Yeah, I mean, well.
Don't you like a woman with decent birthing hips?
I like a woman with decent birth
You don't want
hips.
a skinny one, yeah.
Because of
I mean, you want someone who's large enough to give birth, but also skinny enough. The fact that you can actually fit your fucking arms around them.
I thought he was going somewhere else. Yeah. Alright, let Lizzo finish that point. Cal.
Lizzo, you're a singer, mate. Alright, you got some catchy tunes. You're not an artist.
Alright, well,
Okay? If you're an artist, then a comedian's an artist. And I am not a fucking artist. Although, if I was an artist, I'd be like Van Gogh and I'd achieve Lizzo's love by sending her my cut off foreskin in the mail. Come here, baby. Let's talk about our bodies together.
And this body is art. And I'm gonna do whatever I want with this body.
Holy shit, her ass looks like a big old balloon that's slowly deflating.
I wish that comments cost a so we can see how much time we are fucking wasting on the wrong thing. Can we leave that shit back there, please?
Yeah, leave that shit back there. Back there on that tropical island that I'm on. Because of all the money that I've made.
Made for my body.
Talking about my body.
Leave it all back.
The reason people are
I mean, I'm gonna have to stop it. This is gonna rile me, and we've got over 5 minutes, so I'll let it go to the next Lizzo part, and then I'll stop it. But like, I don't know, it's just everyone's got victimhood. The fact that we've got to a stage where celebrities are feeling victimised, well, portraying that,
I mean,
it's just really,
The thing is, she has all the money in the world.
Celebrities cause climate change.
Yeah. But she
Celebrities force climate change.
She just wants to...
She's doing climate change on her own.
She wants, like I said, having her cake and eat it. She wants people to be agreeing with her about her body positivity, but she doesn't want anyone to, argue against that. She just wants everyone to agree with her that.
Yeah.
So she wants everyone who's like arguing against it and saying, we should be healthy.
Yeah.
Which I'm doing in quotes because she will go absolutely mad at us if.
Yeah.
I doubt she's going to hear this, mate. No, next song's going to be an optical gem disc.
Occipital Gem. Diss him.
Do a little diss, yeah.
And I'll just have to come back and just be like, whatever, I wasn't going to listen to it anyway.
You're like, oh, you diss me? No, I did.
Promoting something that is deadly. You're promoting obesity. That's what you are doing. That's more dangerous than anything that's been happening over the last few
You
years.
don't really see it the other way around as well. Who tries to make anorexia like a fun thing?
Well, anorexia is a mental health.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, well, I'm just saying that because that's...
You're saying someone who's
being
underweight
skinny.
compared to
Someone
overweight
who's,
as well,
yeah.
I mean, I don't want to go there, but I dated somebody with anorexia, and it was all down to depression.
Down to what?
Depression.
Oh, depression.
Because obviously they don't feel like eating, they don't feel like showering, and all that horrible stuff.
Well, I didn't think showering was
Obviously,
horrible.
there's slight
Depends what you're showering
differences
in.
on psychology based on
Yeah.
both of them, but
Yeah.
in general, it's kind of
The point I wasn't. I see what you guys are going at. I just meant more.
To be fair, you could say the same with comfort.
Just didn't. You know, like all the models that are like plus 8 or whatever.
They generally eat more unhealthy foods and whatnot. I mean, I suppose it all comes down to actually.
We gotta move on.
Body positivity.
Yeah.
Obviously, not to the point where you can shove as much down your throat you fancy you want. It's a case of your diet reflects on how healthy you are.
And
I mean,
as well.
True.
it goes to the fact that it's driven at me every single day where, say, a six-pack. It's not created by working out. It's created it's created in the kitchen, of where your nutrients are coming from, your protein. The positive fats, the positive sugars, i.e. natural sugars in fruits, as well as nutrients, and having that overall healthy glow if you eat the right things. I mean, from what I've seen, Lizzo basically says it's okay to be fat.
Yeah, it's not
I mean, that's great, but at the same time, it's a case of you could be a 9. Sorry, you say for instance, you could be a 5.
I feel like I'm like
But you could only be a 6, and then if you're a 6, you could only be a 7. For a 7, you could be a 8. There's always room to improvement, so that if you want to be healthier, faster, fitter, have that more desired body under, I do in quotes there, desired body, that may appeal to the minority male group, because that's how it is. Because not every man wants like a fitted body. Because there's always that man's thing, if you know what I mean. Like some men like big women, some men like skinny women.
Variety. I agree.
Someone like Marilyn Monroe, where she's got a bit. You know, she's got a bit of something there. At the same time, I can fit my arms around her. You know.
We wouldn't be able to fit our arms and legs around it.
I don't know. She wants to promote body positivity, but is it really positive for your body to be unhealthy?
Oh, I like that. Bit of wordplay there.
Yeah, for real though.
Next rap.
Next rap. Body positivity.
But like, you know, it's just you can argue about, you know, nature and what we find appealing and body positivity and beauty all you like. It's gonna forever be an argument because everyone born has different ways of looking at things. But I think she wants to say, I get it. She's probably had some harsh statements against her, bless her. Like, I get it. But thing is you should be saying, you know what, this is how I feel, I don't give a shit. Not saying, you should be like this. Like, no, you should be the best version of yourself, really. And
but this is the thing.
That's being fit.
People can be what they think's positive to themselves.
Yeah, that's what I think.
Everyone has preferences.
Paul saying be this size. Because if the skin just be that.
So going on Dingle's point, it's like you want to be the best version of you.
Yeah.
No fake name. Oh, sorry.
For me, I would like to be quick and I'd like to be strong. I wouldn't be like the kind of
Jess did tell us that.
What are you fucking Rock Johnson?
So I've got you in this position.
I would like to be that man in the middle where I'm strong.
No comments.
At the same time, I ride. For instance, you ride. For some reason, I can't believe you're not obese for the amount of fucking alcohol you consume. And how unhealthy your diet is. So I think you've got a bit of.
It all goes to my head, mate. Not and not the downstairs one either.
High metabolism, I guess.
Right, we're gonna move on then. Next thing. Anyone got any last points?
The Shaggin's got a small cock.
Lizzo wants some ivory cock. Lizzo wants some ivory dick. That's what I heard.
But it's okay.
I'm sure the amount of women he's been with and haven't been turned down yet. I'm sure he's got
R-Techz, it's not about you better make everything else worth it.
I don't give a shit. I don't care.
Alright, next on the list then, if we're all good to move on, because we've been there for a while. This is OccipitalGem.
I can vape.
Yeah, you're called vape. I'll let him introduce it and all that shabam, really.
What?
I didn't say that.
I'm going to say no, and then you got to say yeah. That's the spirit.
All right, so
cut that out.
This is.
I didn't even hear it, mate. Did you say rape? That's just what I presume. I'll let Jem take the floor.
Don't laugh at that. It's a very serious matter.
It is a very serious matter, but it was also meant to be a joke.
Or was it?
Stop staring at me.
You might cancelled by the woke creatures.
The woke creatures.
Yeah, but it's okay. I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Anyway, Jem, the floor is yours, and I'm sure Dice Light's
fucking video.
Just gonna mute.
If you're offended, it's your fault.
Oh my days! Have you been drinking already?
Yeah.
Yes, I have.
Oh well. Hey, hold on. So you're not coming later then? You little fucker.
No.
He did say that.
Honest to God, I have got paperwork to file out,
Don't be
but at
too
the
long,
same
Dingle.
time, it's a case of a bit of truth.
You wanna watch this and then go?
Yeah.
Like, all the fucking way over to Bournemouth. It's such a fucking inconvenience.
Alright, can we get on to
Oh shit, that's Ryan, you have to cut that out.
You just want to wait for this then, and then maybe we can get that done.
Yeah.
He's calling you an inconvenience, Tex.
Oh, that's not very nice.
I'm joking. I don't know.
Oh, you just stir it up.
Yeah.
Well, I'll let Jem say what is going on, and we'll play it, and he'll come in when he comes in.
Ryan, you have to cut out your location. You must remember that, right?
Anyway, SD, Jem.
Alright, so this is obviously a new movie that's coming out later on this year. It's called Dungeons and Dragons: Honor Amongst Thieves, and obviously it takes place in the Forgotten Realms of Dungeons and Dragons, but you don't really need to know that. It just looks awesome.
It's just a new sort of fantasy plot. So.
Well,
yeah.
Old, but yeah.
I'm invested.
Anyway,
I'm invested now.
A new viewer can interpret.
New
I'll
viewer
Paul.
can just watch it and just say.
Thank you,
cool,
Paul.
still
Thank
good,
you, Paul.
yeah,
Thank you,
okay.
Paul.
Hopefully it is, obviously.
Well,
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. That's comment.
It's got Chris Pine and a few others whose names I can't remember. Michelle Rodriguez, that's the one that I was about to say.
I recognise that name.
Yeah, she was in
Yeah,
like Fast and Furious and stuff like that.
Oh, I know him. He's in Pokemon.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
And
know
Digimon.
him. And
You know.
There's
What?
Is that Brad Pitt?
No, it's Chris Pine.
Oh, it looks like Brad Pitt a little bit.
Yeah.
No, I'm Dingle.
Right, we'll let Jem. Anything you want to say now before
I mean, obviously, I'm interested in Dungeons and Dragons. We had at the end of the last podcast. So,
And every day I met you.
Obviously,
Every time we meet up.
target audience.
I'm good.
I will say, obviously, the company that are running it, Wizards of the Coast, owner of the IP, they're in a bit of trouble at the moment because of people are upset with them for policies they made about the game. But
So it might not even come through tuition.
no, it's coming
It's
to
definitely good.
fruition.
There's a trailer out.
Yeah,
Where, yeah.
2 trailers out now.
You
Yeah.
say
I hope
that,
it's
but
not some
there was a
fucking
trailer for
bullshit.
Batgirl that came out.
Yeah, but Batgirl was different because
That's an error on their part then, a
That-
massive one.
We were
Yeah.
off and nights.
You don't
Big
really
band girls, you make the rockin' world go round.
It must be far through production.
Yeah, I'm
if they
trying.
made it
I
trailer.
think he is
Stuff we
on.
haven't.
Yeah, he's on some shit. That's not.
Yeah.
Alright, people, we're all watching. This is Dungeons and Dragons horror.
Let's go.
Honor Amongst Thieves. Let's go.
On your knees.
Okay, chop it off.
Chop it off, let's do it.
Oh, I recognise it. Yeah.
Oh, wait.
He's looking older, isn't he? He's looking proper.
We're thieves, but we help the wrong person steal the wrong thing and unleash the greatest evil the world has ever known. The Red Wizards created an army of the undead.
Sounds lovely.
Quite the opposite.
I know, I was being ironic.
I find irony is a blade that cuts he who wields it most especially.
You're not a lot of fun, are you? How are we gonna pull this off?
We're gonna need a team.
Follow me to the orifice.
Also, very like
The orifice?
I'll go last.
That's me. That's you, actually.
You missed.
Oh, that's not good. like a failing. We could die.
There's worse things than dying. I lost everything that ever mattered to me. And if we quit now, that's for nothing.
I don't want to see you die, which is why I'm going to leave the room.
This cat's
Yes, Lizzo.
Oh my God. Bridge is protected by an ancient trap. We must not trigger the mechanism.
Tell me just that.
I may have triggered the mechanism.
Yeah.
Fuck.
So, sorry.
Yeah, I'm engaged. Honestly, I like the CGI, the choreography. He was pretty good as well. Yeah, I like that.
I mean, from the looks of both of the trailers that have been released, obviously this is the newest one. It does look like sort of similar to what a normal game would be between like a group of friends.
Paul
It's
said, "Isn't
light-hearted, isn't it? Like I feel.
Yeah.
It gives me a light-hearted vibe.
Yeah, obviously there's going to be heavy
hitting. Yeah, like
hitting bits.
that's the thing with movies like this, because you got to remember, like with films, the tone is very important. There's some films that can achieve a comedic and serious tone at the same time. So I'm wondering if this film's going to be like that.
And not many can do it well either.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's why I'm worried, because I have my own.
But I do like the actor who said that thing we all burst out laughing. I've never known his name.
Yeah, that was good.
Hugh Grant, isn't it?
That is Hugh Grant. Okay,
yeah.
Paul said, "Isn't that a board game or something? I love Dungeons." Oh, what? I love when Dungeons. Got a few kids down there. I love when dragons in movies look realistic.
Like
this looks
Smaug
pretty cool.
From,
that cape is too big
he
for him.
looked very good. Smaug from The Hobbit was very, very well done. Very well done, I believe.
Yeah.
Benedict Cumberbatch did an amazing job with his voice as well.
So,
really.
In this movie, there's going to be 3 dragons.
One
of them technically isn't actually a dragon; it's a statue that's been brought to life. You saw that?
Yeah.
Do
they speak?
I think the red one's going to. I don't know about the other one.
That's going to be interesting.
They've also got a black dragon in there. Which
Of course they got to have a black dragon.
Was that the biggie chungus one?
That's
the
the
big
You've got to have a leg.
strongest one. Black dragon has to die first though, technically.
It looks like it because from another video I've seen about it, it's got an
Bisexual
actual
one,
name.
transgender dragon.
So I imagine it's probably going to say something.
Yeah, that'll be very interesting.
Transgender dragon.
And they also have a black dragon in the previous trailer, which is
Where's the white dragon?
That actually looked decent, more decent than I thought it'd be, Gem. I'm gonna be honest with you. So could the statue dragon be a gargoyle?
No, it's literally a statue that has been animated with a spell. So it's just an animated statue. It's I can't remember the name of it. I would have to look it up. And
what's the definition of a gargoyle? I just realised. Is it similar to that? Because a gargoyle is like a statue that just comes.
It's like a vampiric sort of thing, isn't it?
Yeah, it depends on the setting, really. I mean, Star Wars, not Star Wars. In Skyrim, it's
Star Wars.
It is.
Wrong franchise.
Depends on the lore, doesn't it?
Yeah, it depends on where it is. I don't even know if there are gargoyles in D&D. There must be.
Harry Potter, I swear there are some. Maybe
Harry Potter, there's every bloody thing under the sun, isn't there?
Yeah.
That Hogwarts game does look good. I've seen it.
Well, Hogwarts Legacy.
It looks good.
Yeah.
But you can just fly on a dragon or you mop. Is it mop?
Broom.
You never know. This film could actually be a really good segue for like people who like. I don't know. I don't know much about D&D, but I feel like it'd be a good way to sort of with plot points as well. They could say something that like is in the game that's relevant to the game, and then when you play the game because you're interested, like you got a new audience engaged. You could go, oh yeah, because this happened in the film. You know what I mean? Like it gets, I'd say it gets people into it much quicker, easier, like in a consumable way. That's what films do, in my opinion. It's very consumable in a short amount of time. Yeah. I think that's very good.
Yeah. No, I honestly think it actually looks. I think it looks very good. Actually, I actually might even watch that when it comes out. When is it? March 23rd.
I think it was March 30th.
I will about 3.
March something.
My ass is hanging out.
Yes.
Well, it's good to see the camera.
Because I went for a piss.
I
lost weight.
No, I think it is good actually. I think for especially Dungeons and Dragons. If you said Dungeons and Dragons, well, you did before you showed me it. I was automatically like, oh.
You didn't say Dragons and Dungeons.
But now watching it, it looks decent. So, what do you reckon, Dingle?
I got kind of like a tiny bit of Game of Thrones out of that. Watching that.
The set that they use for like the opening bit
is
actually the same one as King's Landing. Obviously, it's been done up a bit to look more
different.
Different.
So it wouldn't immediately Game of Thrones fans would be like, I recognise that tower. That wasn't Game.
I mean, if you look at it, you can quite literally go,
oh,
I do
right.
recognise that tower.
Really?
But then there's more towers around it as well.
That's quite funny.
We need.
What do you reckon, SD? We can listen to you. We can tolerate you talking now.
Yeah. Sexual disease.
Reminds me a bit of the Roman Colosseums.
There is a Colosseum bit in there, yeah.
When in Rome?
Yep.
Act like a Roman. Which some people are incapable of.
I mean, yeah. Okay. That's...
Okay, we're muting Rob. Oh, sorry, no more names.
Well, think about it. If say, for instance... Oh, I don't know, for... What's that?
Say, for instance, what's that? What's what?
I heard some kind of noise from your end that was like a dinging noise.
What, me?
Well, we have Dingle.
Hey!
Yeah, when in Rome, act like a Roman. So, for the places I've
when
been...
you're in Egypt, like
I've been to France, so that French.
This is really going to
Gem got it.
I got myself
Gem.
red for some reason, drank a shit ton of wine, which I got absolutely fucking mortal from. I've been to Madrid.
Is this on top?
Where are we going with this?
It's great.
Is there a topic we're going to here? Or is this about the movie in some roundabout way?
I haven't did. It's the whole point of like when in Rome. Fuck, right, let's move on.
When in Rome.
Yeah, okay, so...
Wait, who are the Romans?
Act like a Roman.
Oh, okay then.
Oh, okay. When you're in France.
No,
We can do a whole bio now.
Yeah, you're starting with a whole different rant now.
Italy?
No. Wait, that is...
So when in Dungeons and Dragons, act like a...
Dragon. I like a dragon. It's going in place as NS.
I'm just all over that.
That's alright.
NHS.
Alright, okay, thank you, Jem, for that. That was probably my favourite part so far, actually. We are going to go for Dingles. We're trying to talk about it for too long, so it's nearly been an hour.
Yeah,
and then we're going to finish off with NS Freestyle.
It's
and that's the end of the podcast. What do you want to talk about, Dingle? Floor is yours.
It's mainly everyone's thoughts on Andrew Tate so far. What do they think of him? Didn't ask you yet, so.
The man is speaking.
My opinion is.
Do you want to do you last? This is your thing.
Yeah.
Do you last.
Right.
Alright, go on then, Rob. Let's get you done with.
Right,
Let's think of
what do you
Andrew
think
Tate.
of the Bob bitch?
Well, with Andrew Tate, it's a bit of Monty Python.
Brilliant,
because
right?
He's talking about things that no
one cares about. That's the problem.
No married man would do.
No.
Do you know what I mean?
Well, none of us are married.
If you wanted to...
Oh, right, yeah.
Wait, hold on. Just to quickly interrupt you, Rob. Paul said, is there dungeons in Madrid?
Actually.
Yeah, Rob's in charge of them. That's why he couldn't make it here today, because he's running the dungeons. The peasants, keeping the peasants in line. So what do you think of Andrew Tate anyway? Sorry.
So yeah, on Andrew Tate, it's more like a Monty Python sketch, because he goes on about you shouldn't be you shouldn't be submissive to women, or because of that, I'm out in these cars. Well, so that's great for you, mate, but I haven't exactly got the same cash you have. I mean, it's the same with the old fucking lizards that are online with OnlyFans, or
yeah, he's right.
that, for instance, started podcasts and having lots of money with YouTube revenue. I mean, if you're going to push towards virtue signaling, or generally uplifting the people, it should be entertaining, should I say? It'd be start with things that are actually useful. So the guy I will reference is Linus Tech Tips.
Oh yeah.
He talks about the latest tech. new graphics cards, CPUs. He does tests on them on his workbench. Really beneficial. Like if you go to the tech one, you're like, build a new computer. He has like how to do it, sketch it. How to do it guides. What's a pick? What's the best pick? What's the best tech for a certain price range? Or like the decent kind of like computer building skills. But the way that I see it with Andrew Tate is, it's like, oh, you're a man, so you're superior in every way. And it just seems that, is he doing this because he's serious, or is he doing this because...
Doing it for the clout.
It sells.
Yeah, but SD,
It sells.
what colour is your BK?
Yeah. That's a good point.
What colour is it then?
It's not a Bugatti, it's a fucking Honda.
That's what I don't mind if I had a big
This is when he turns his camera around and he's actually got a Bugatti. We're like, oh.
Who wants to go next on Andrew Tate?
Oh, me. We're leaving you for last, mate.
Yeah? Okay.
Yeah, we're leaving you for last.
Tate, apparently...
I think I am gay. Wait, what? I think Andrew Tate actually does have a few good points, to be quite honest.
We all have good points.
Sometimes, yeah.
Yeah. But what I'm saying is, I think he has... there are probably about half... I mean, I've watched... I'm not going to lie. I went through a bit of a phase where I watched quite a few Andrew Tate videos. Nothing too long. Watched a bit with the Piers Morgan one.
Yeah.
A bit of that. I was actually quite interested, to be fair.
I think it's a Piers Morgan.
Well...
No, he makes
I don't know, the more I see it, the more he annoys me. I thought he was alright at first, but he just interrupts everyone. Yeah, he just keeps fucking interrupting.
I know, but he
gets it, he switched on, but he just... He just switches me off and I zone out. I'm like, oh, but anyway, I agree with some of his points. I think what he's saying there more is the side of things I agree on is what he's kind of sort of just pointing out the obvious between the roles of men and the roles of women, how they've changed. But it's not really the problems he's saying; it's just the solutions that are iffy. I should probably take this after the point. I definitely don't. The thing,
hold men in the space family is actually
the thing is,
action's gone.
The thing is, yeah, you're saying something. The thing is, as I say, like some of the things he's switched on with, but I can agree and whatever else. But stuff like, I mean, it's just blatant. When he said, he literally said something. Wow, I'm not even getting there. So along the lines of a man. Someone asked him. They said, "Can a man cheat on a woman?" And he said, "Yeah." But previously, before that, he said the other way around. He's like, no. And I was like, well, hold on.
Yeah.
You can't have double standards. Especially when, like, no offence, like, women really, especially these days, they're really vowing for equality.
Yeah.
Right? If you really want equality, then there can't be double standards. So
it's like,
if I sleep with someone, I'm just as much as a hoe as this girl. I won't say no. But do you know what I mean? Like because I know obviously it's usually player. Slut or whatever, but it should be the same. If equality is what we're looking for, we need that's what it should be. So you can't, and he said you can have multiple wives. He can have multiple wives, but they can't have multiple husbands.
Yeah, it's like in those foreign countries. There are like 7 wives.
I mean, it's like Islamic countries.
Yeah, it's just, and they're not allowed to go out with other husbands.
I can't talk about it as Pakistan or something.
All right, well that's my thing. I'll go to Gem, and I need to take this phone call.
So. In my opinion, with Andrew Tate, I personally believe that at some point when he was quite young, he got emotionally hurt by some girl, and he.
I really do. I am.
He obviously got hurt, and then he's learned all the toxic things from that, and then obviously he's gone on to future, and it's succeeded for him in a way that he can feel is
and I'll come out to you and give
success.
You mean he's dealt with less than appropriate women for his then time hype, if you know what I mean?
Probably.
I'm gonna be not here. I need to let my sister in. She just parked up.
Chloe's here. Where?
Yeah. Alright, so yeah.
My own sister. Sorry, I'm Shagan's sister here.
No,
not yet. No.
Right.
She hasn't heard the previous podcast then.
Probably not. No.
That's probably a good thing because it's like
Can I finish my point, please?
Sake.
So.
Brian's a dirty man.
Okay, whatever.
He's a dirty man.
Anyway, the point I'm trying to make is that he's had this awful previous experience with women, and he's let that cloud his vision.
Yeah.
So he's now acting like all women are like this woman that hurt him in the past.
You look just like your brother.
So that's why he believes that he's in.
You mean the same way all women think all men are the same, where he thinks all women are the same?
Yeah, it's pretty
much
that. And so he's acting like, you know, all women are the same. All women are, you know, bitches or whatever he wants to call them. And
objects.
He has to, objects. And
Silent.
That's what he called me a wank. So what did I do?
He's putting them all in this basket, and then he's teaching all these really young men, like, you know,
that's what you said the other night, wasn't it?
15, so whatever, that, you know, it's okay to be like him. But then these people are going to grow up and realise when they get into the real world that it's not okay. Like, a lot of the stuff that he tries to teach is very toxic.
Big time.
And then also he's like scamming a bunch of them.
Yeah, like you said earlier about the school.
Yeah.
School
with his University of Madness.
Hustle University. Yeah.
Oh, I created a school and I won't even work in it.
The best part is that you're paying for it, but you're not getting any lessons from him.
No, you're like,
it's just a Discord.
At least,
server.
you know, at least show up to one lesson at least. They've probably got a big picture of him on the walls.
Yeah.
I mean, looking from me, I've got none.
It's just a Discord server.
Even better, like us.
I like how it is. I mean, I have found the person that has ticked all those boxes.
Yeah.
And
you married her. Yep.
She means the world to me. I mean, I should have done that.
She stood behind you. Is that what you're saying? She stood behind you. That's what you were saying the other day, Rob.
No. I wouldn't class her in the same
she'd be in the right place.
category as some of the women I've met in my past.
The big women, man.
Because, you know, I have slept with a few women who've sold themselves short. I mean, met the right bloke. I mean, obviously, I'm not the right fucking bloke for her because obviously I'm with her now. But I find that with Andrew Tate, he classes all women as the same, but they're not. Each one's individual and different, and each one has their own preferences. I mean, some women like the chance encounters just to get their end away because, you know, they're only human. Women like sex and they like to have their own way.
I heard I'm only human.
Every time when they find the right man, they'll go, right, this bloke's fucking how I want a person.
I'm going to interrupt you, Rob, because it's easy for you to not mind going over when you're, you know, when you're gay. That's what you said. When you're sat where you are, but we do have.
Everyone's like a massive subject.
It is. Yeah, we do have a night to be getting on with back here. So I'm going to go on to Dingle.
Yeah.
Then I'm going to go to NS's thoughts and then Freestyle and.
Right, to be fair, I don't. For a guy that says a lot, he always seems to be wearing sunglasses. You know that it goes. If you're going to make conversation with someone, you need to be showing your eyes.
Agreed.
You know.
The eyes are the gateway to the soul.
That's what they say, and I think the man's a coward. But also, he's being done for human trafficking now, and he wasn't even good at that. So, come on.
You've been waiting to say that, Joe. You said that off camera.
We're on camera. No.
What?
But no,
Romania.
I think, like Matt Gem said, you know, he was hurt as a child. Build a bridge, get over it. That's what's going on about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but a wooden bridge or...
It doesn't matter.
Preferably one that can't be burnt
at some point in our lives.
Yeah. So, you know, it's like, I don't know, I think the man's pathetic, but I think he knows what he's doing. I think he knows how to make money off people. Stupid people.
Yeah.
That is, isn't it?
I'm gonna quickly chime in. Paul said he's like a roller coaster. 1 minute he gives advice, the next he's insulting something.
Agreed.
I do agree with Andrew Tate's points about how equality goes out the window when there's a war or something tragic happens. Well, that is one of the things I'm with him on as well. Sorry.
No, it's good points. Good
Don't want to neglect our viewer.
No, that's a good point. No, that's good points though. He's right, and I don't. I mean, he was a kickboxer once, and now he's where is he now? Oh,
is he retired? I think he is retired.
But now he's
he was I believe he was world champion.
At least he can stand his
ground.
You know, I don't think much of him.
Showers, is he?
Right, peeps. Pop the cake in Pop the cake in the.
Who's that? That's not a bit molesty, isn't it?
That's a
Under the family. So anyway, that was me. I don't have my. I mean, I brought him up because I don't think much of him. I mean, like if I walk past him, I'm sure everyone here, Gem, NHS, and R-Techz, would slap him in the back of the head and say, "Wake up, you dopey prick." But it is what it is. But
what's that about me?
So all you prison lot that end up watching this that are in the same prison as him, clapping around
free
the
game
for us.
He's probably making a lovely boyfriend right now. That's what I just don't think much of him.
It's when he drops the soap and he goes, usually it's the gay ones that drop the soap.
He don't drop it, he places it. Oops.
Well, that's one way to make friends, isn't it?
That's right, yeah. You want to be liked. But yeah,
anything else to add?
No, apart from I don't think he's all that. I think he's just behind a screen. He's this, that, and the other. But you never hear from him out behind the screen. It's always on screen. He's this independent speaker. But apart from that, you don't hear anything. So I think he has all this security high up because he knows he's a dick. I think he knows.
If that's successful in sport,
I think he knows how to make money off stupid people, like the Paul brothers. They know how to make money off stupid people.
You mean the whole Americanism of let's make people famous? Kardashians.
Yeah, they're famous for being famous. They got no talent at all.
And
Andrew
off that fucking what's the man show? What's the show? Fucking black bloke who says
black bloke. That show.
Yeah, the show with the black bloke.
What do you want to do to your face? Sit on it.
Is that guy still alive that does that?
That one.
The black guy.
The
black guy.
What do you want to do to your face? Sit on it.
I've seen him in other films. He looks old as shit.
Okay, we're going to go to... Oh, pardon me. We're going to go to NS, and we've been going for flipping a while.
You got shot
NS, my son, let's hear what you've got to say.
All right.
Say it loud and say it proud.
I'm going to give some controversial things.
Let's get
controversial.
And so, right. The human trafficking thing I will not speak on. I simply think we do not know enough. It's just full of assumptions. There is no proof that he has or hasn't yet. There is neither proof against either one. You can say about that voice message all you like, but the thing is there's AI that can replicate voices we do not know. But
I mean, we can face swap these days.
My opinion of Andrew Tate is he speaks a lot of facts that hurt people because they know it's true. Which is why he's so famous, because he says things we all think secretly and instinctively, especially as a man. However, I understand that he generalises points, meaning he said this himself.
I'll just quickly say what Paul said, mate, before we carry on. He said, I'm pretty stupid, but he couldn't scam me.
But he generalises points. He has said himself, I generalise points. 9 times out of 10 in general, if I went and stroked a lion, this is what he said, it would bite me. There may be that nice one that doesn't, but I am generalising in general. So that's why a lot of the points he says, especially I have been hurt by women myself. However, I learned that it's very stupid, very, very insecure of yourself, and also, I think it's stupid to generalise all women based on your experience with not even 0.00% one. You know what I mean? Like, you can generalise.
No one's set with one, not even 1% of the population.
There is no way he can know everything.
You smashed
At the end of the day,
moving on.
He is an inspiration to a lot of young men in a very positive way, but there's also impressionable young men who don't quite get the subtlety to him, and take a lot of his, because he's not always serious.
Women and men's property, he'll take that.
He'll say shit like.
You mean part of the So Solid crew kind of style?
Like he'll say shit like, you know what I mean? Like he'll say in like some clips I've seen of him, it's very clear he's joking. In my opinion, it's very clear he's not being serious. He's playing on the controversy. He knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
However,
you mean like parody kind of?
Like when he says, picture of machete, blah 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 blah. He's playing off the controversy. He's not actually going to exactly be like that. But I hate to say it, he's very empowering for a lot of young men in a lot of positive ways. As much as we want to say he's a dickhead, he thinks women are property.
You don't get being the most Google person on earth without
being influential.
He obviously knows what he's doing. He knows what he's doing.
You don't get there without connecting to people.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, I'm a young man myself. I don't agree with everything he says. However, I don't think that's the message he wants to get across. The message he wants to get across is every man, and I don't believe he speaks to women about this, which I think is a little bit, I think you should speak to everyone really, but he's speaking up for men in a lot of true ways. A lot of men do get ignored, get fucked over, emotionally played, cheated on. A lot of girls, unfortunately, are very, very fucking heartless. However, you got to judge the person by the person, not the generalisation of what's in their fucking pants, their skin tone, sexuality.
Exactly.
So, a lot of things that Andrew does is very empowering, especially to me. Like, get fit, get good, be the best version of yourself. I agree with that 100%.
It's good.
Don't agree with Andrew Tate in the sense as you should worship and do everything he does. He's telling you should be the best version of you. Like, he says, brokey this, brokey that, but his actual opinion on people who are very happy, having a 9 to 5 or whatever, he says, fair play. Like, a lot of people confuse his genuine opinions with his fucking parodies. That's why he's so hated, and in the most part, he is hated by women more than men. That's just fact.
Oh yeah.
And I understand. Like, if I was a woman and I heard all that, I'd be like, he's degrading me because I'm a woman. I get it. I really do. And it is true that a lot of men can be a lot more emotionally detached than women. That is just how we are in our biology. Because men are designed to, spread as much as we can to reproduce.
Oh yeah.
And women carry. You know what I mean? It's just it's biology. I believe men are equal in terms of soul and worth of their life. Yeah. However, physically, it's just facts that women are better than some things and men are better than others. I think that's true.
So Paul agrees with you. He said a lot of the new generation doesn't know what sarcasm is or how to spot it.
Yeah,
that's true.
The Western society is failing. I agree with him with that. It's failing in so many major ways. The government is corrupt. They have no idea what the fuck they're doing, and they're only in it.
We all agree on that one.
I don't think anybody has any idea.
A lot of people don't. They don't get what the Matrix means. So I'll basically explain the Matrix to anyone on stream who doesn't get it and anyone here who doesn't get it. He means the agenda of basically he means the agenda of keeping us under slavery and keeping the rich and the poor poor. And he I may be just guessing here, but he really does want people to be their own individual, independent person. Get rich, get powerful. He speaks to men with strong minds, strong heads, and especially with a lot of, there's good feminism, I agree, women deserve, more opportunities, things that they can do, but there's also the feminism that's corrupt, toxic, and hates men, which is sexist towards men. He speaks against that, and also he speaks for men who have been largely neglected in this new day and age because of certain things. And, I understand as a man what it's like when he says certain things, There's just things I won't ever understand about women. Like, I heard this challenge. I could never ever do the period challenge, could I? Because I have no fucking idea. I never will. That's why I'll never, that's not something I can say.
Oh, you're lame.
I don't. But I also think it's the same as well. Like, some ladies can't understand what we go through. And I feel like we need to have perspective on both sides here. But because he spreads that, males this, males that, Of course females are going to hate him, a lot of females are going to hate him, but especially ladies. Again, this is just in general, but there are a lot of ladies who hate him who are very, very fucking opportunistic and horrible to men. I feel like, but that's not everyone. I can accept it.
SD agrees.
I'm just speaking in general, and that's how he speaks in general terms. But I like what a lot of the guys says. At the same time, I don't as well. I don't agree with a lot of things that he says. I don't think we should be putting women down to get men back up. I feel like we should just be trying to find the middle ground. Because it seems very negative towards women a lot, and a lot of young impressionable people would be like, yeah, slap that bitch up, fucking machete this, I'm top G. Like, there's masculinity is not toxic. It's the person who has that masculinity who is toxic. So but I don't agree with everything he says, but as a lad, I'm going to have a bias.
NS doesn't endorse everything that's being said.
I don't endorse everything he says, but there are things that you just got to accept.
I think at the same time, it's
wait, hold on. This is the last. I'll let you have the last bit, SD, and then we're going to go to the freestyle.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Right.
That's brilliant.
The way I see it,
But I am going to cut you off if you go on a bit too long. Sorry, I'm just saying.
He's been on it tonight.
Right, when men talk about women, it's like, oh, how is she? Who is she? You know, what does she look like? Is she beautiful? That sort of thing.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like, when women talk about men, it's like, oh, what does he do?
Again.
I know, man. I'm pissing off.
Okay, what does he do? Well, okay, that's great. So he's got a decent job. He's got lots of money. It's like, well, what about the guy himself?
Yeah, like,
I'm not in favour of Andrew Tate, but at the same time, it's just like, well, okay, what does he do? It's like, well, okay, what about him? What's his passion? What's his money? You know, what's he good at? How does he treat you? How does he talk? Like, who is he? Rather than, oh, what does he do? I mean, I'm not a good Andrew Tate at all, because he does go on the kind of parody lines, but at the same time, well, it's to and fro, kind of we're equally as bad as each other. So, well, women talk about men who what they do. Women, men talk about women as like, oh, what she look like, how, you know, how she talk, how she carry herself. So there's more of like there's more of a emotional connection with women than there is for this bloke fucking has lots of money, great.
Yeah.
So what? Who is he?
So in other words, SD, what you're saying is if you're going to human traffic people, do it better than Andrew Tate. Great.
Is that all we're taking from
That's all we're taking from that.
That's all the serious talk we've had.
That's it. If you're going to do it, but do it better than Andrew Tate.
I'm just saying, well, what do you look like? It's like, who is he? Rather than, oh, what
have your own brain, have your own mind.
Have
Think for yourself. What do you reckon, Paul? What were you saying? I said the last bit. All right, well, we're going to do the last thing, the final segment. Even though it's gone on for long, I'm actually quite. He put a heart. A pride? A pansexual pride heart.
I do need to piss, so I'll be right back.
Alright, okay, we need to go there, so we need to make sure we hear him. So we'll be demoted back there we go. Actually, you can go in this chair, I'll sit over there.
I don't mind sitting here.
Go on. Oh wait, no, I need to be over there to do the beat.
I'll sit back here then.
For fuck's sake, what's wrong with me?
Oh god. What's he going to sing?
Right, okay,
He's going to sing
so I'll tell you, I'll be going an hour and 20-something minutes.
Oh god, my arse is starting
to Right, what we're doing, we're going to wait for him to come back from his bladder release, do a freestyle, and that's it, and then we're going to end it right there. So if we do our goodbyes now,
bye.
And once that freestyle ends, I'll just say goodbye from NS and then we'll leave. So, OccipitalGem.
So
final thoughts on tonight.
Final thoughts.
Much different than last time.
Apart from the rap, which I haven't heard yet, the rest of it has been quite insightful.
Yeah.
I've enjoyed the entire chat, and it's been fun. So yes, support the channel by subscribing, support Dingle on his TikTok, and I'm going to open up a subreddit at some point for the podcast, so you can support us there as well.
Hell yeah.
Anything you want to add, Charlotte? I know I haven't asked you a single question today, but since you've been in the room there, people are just wondering what your thoughts are.
It's been interesting to listen to.
So they're similar. I think the other one was probably a bit more laid back. I feel like we got a bit more gritty on this one. But that doesn't necessarily mean a bad thing. But
I think the Andrew Tate
if you heard that and then
part
heard this, you might if there was different voices, it'd probably sound like a different podcast. Dingle, we'll go to you last.
Dingle, it was nice to mingle with you lot. I'm going to do what I do best, get drunk and make a twat of myself. So have a good night, everyone, and enjoy this song. This song?
And SD, final thoughts from SD.
It has been an interesting experience, and the subjects we talked about today haven't been stressed enough. But at the same time, it's given the opportunity to start talking about things that maybe some people find uncomfortable, they feel uneasy about, but at the same time, it's being able to express how you feel about certain subjects.
Yeah.
But that's enough for me. Like and subscribe, support the channel. Please carry on with us, because I'm sure we are going to continue with more heavy stuff.
I hope so, man. Yeah, I hope so.
Before you put this beat on, can I actually suggest another one?
No, the whole point of being on this podcast for me to get you.
Okay, yeah, go.
Come on, man. You're an R-Techz now, fam.
Okay, alright, yeah, go on now. Yeah, ignore me. I'm trying to shit.
We got all the time in the world, mate.
Big Crit, Snoop Dogg, DJ Premier, free.
Alright, so what I'm going to do it a little bit differently. Once this freestyle's over, I'm just literally going to say goodbye myself. Sorry, I'm quite quick after this freestyle. I'm going to cut it off. Is basically what I'm saying. So anything you want to say now, as in talk-wise, not rap-wise, say it now.
Okay.
I'll end it off after.
Pleasure to be here. I'm very happy to be here. It's very good to give my opinion about certain things that I've wanted to, introduce myself, let everyone know who I am, what I'm about. Because a lot of people will hear my music but not actually know me as a person. So I feel like that gives a little bit of insight. But yeah, thank you very much. It's been a pleasure.
It's been a massive pleasure.
Yeah.
And now I'm throwing on a beat of my choosing, not Sprout's choosing, and
surely it should be the.
We're gonna play it. We've got 32 minutes and 32 minutes. 3 minutes.
30 minutes.
You could. You'll see. You'll hear. Shall I say? 3 minutes and 32 seconds. I reckon we should all just throw out.
You're not started yet.
We're gonna throw out some words. I'm gonna mute.
That makes it easier for me.
I'm sorry, but I'm gonna mute you, Rob, because having you and the beat is gonna be too much. So you can still hear, but I'm gonna. Oh, can you mute yourself? Sorry.
I'm not gonna talk while he's doing it.
No worries, mate.
Yeah, we don't even hear you breathe.
We can't hear you now anymore, my friend. So.
Yeah, we can't hear you now. We've muted you. So even if you're saying you shag my nan, so did I. So. All right, here we go. Let's just throw some words in. I'll start every 4. I'll do a few and then just take over if you want.
Whenever you want.
Sorry,
yeah. Whenever you want. Whenever you want. Chopping up the food. Coming here and I'll be chilling with the crew. Look at everybody talking about shit that's gonna screw the brains up. People coming here, they gonna get in my lane. But rapping like a computer, got my code, got my motherfucking shit in my phone that I'm rapping. Got a lot of shit. I got a lot of crap. My motherfucking mind.
Olivia.
What do you say? Olivia or Bolivia? I don't really know, but I'm living up. That's a motherfucking country, by the way, or city. I don't know either way. I'm just not getting this rap. So
Wire.
Shitty. Wire connected to this shit. I'm coming up here. I'm connected to all the bliss, all the blessed shit that's in my fucking mind that I say. I spray every day. I go here every day. Gem, shining just like a diamond, gem encrusted. Coming up and everybody knows that you can trust this. Must be justice. Coming up in touch.
Dingle.
Dingle. When I see a girl up in the club, I can't lie, I get a little bit of tingles. But it's okay, cause I'm coming up and I'm gonna shake that tambourine.
Hip hop.
I make the shit drop. I hop scotch onto hip hop. I hop it around and it's fun cause I'm the life of the town. And then one day I'm gonna be the life of the city.
Rhinoceros.
Rhinoceros like the horn. I'm coming up and I'm gonna make sure that I'm a warn. Gonna get my awards, I'm worn out. Cause I'm gonna make sure when I'm charging that I get my
Radio.
horn out. Radio, streaming, playing, screaming to beats that I can do every season. Hot or cold, you just know that I'll be coming up with every
Twitch.
Twitch. We live up in this shit. We're gonna make sure that we live and we cry with this bitch. And we're gonna do every kind of expression. Everybody knows I'm twitching.
Mobile.
Well, mobile is on the move. I'm gonna come up here, I'll be on my groove. vibing with me, because you know what I'm saying is true and it's for you. And you got the instrumental with these fucking raps, you gotta prove
Sky.
it. You gotta prove it. Reach to the sky real high, I'm on cloud 9. I'll make sure that I come up here, I'ma make it in time. I got my incline, I'm climbing. Everybody knows that I'm motherfucking rhyming. Any fucking word you can throw at me, throw at me.
I wanna let the other people show up.
Yeah, gold, come on, gold. Batches gold cider that he's drinking whilst he's doing ciphers. R-Techz is usually little slut cause he sees a bitch and instantly a cider. That's what he just does, and that's why he coming up it. That's why he plays the bus like what? That's why we rap, that's why we spit. Because we got a couple punchlines in our head that is sick. A couple hooks, a couple lyrics, a couple rhymes that we got to make everybody stand up from their sitting spot. Like what? Like what? Chomp 2 is the sequel. But everybody knows Barry is ahead of his time. That's why he's rapping about now when he was in the motherfucking prequel.